Greetings, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends. Welcome to Spoiler Sleepover, part of the Nerdcast Network. Join your hosts, Jason, Michael, and Rob, as they bring you on a slash-tastic adventure through cinema. Now, enjoy the show. It will be a real scream of a time.
Welcome back, ladies, gents, and our non-binary friends, to Spoiler Sleepover sans Jason Michael. He is still out in camp, and so, yeah, we normally only take a month, maybe a month and 2 weeks away, and then we have something. So when I was gone last year, Jason Michael took over, and we did February with friends, and now it's my turn to do this, and I'm very excited. If you've already seen from the title card, this is Movie Music Month with Middleman Mike, and with me here, I have Mike, the lead singer of Middleman.
What's going on? Thanks for having me, Rob.
Thanks for coming. This is awesome. I'm so excited. This has been in the works for over a month.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's been a long time trying to put this together. Yeah,
and you know what? Good things come to those who wait, and if you've been waiting long enough, hopefully this is good. So, but the point of this one, I kind of explained it in our last episode before our break. I explained it a little bit more in depth on Patreon. For those of you who are subscribed to Patreon, thank you so much. For those of you who aren't, we upload weekly. So, and by we, I mean I upload weekly. Jason Michael uploads when he can, right now. So every Monday you get something from me. But we are going to be diving into the music of movies. I have given Mike a short list, a month's worth of movies, with music that I have personally deemed amazing in these films. I think that they carry the movie more, and they make you feel the film a lot deeper than you would if that music did not exist. And I couldn't think of anyone better to have on here than a literal fucking musician. So that's why I have Mike here. Before we jump into that, let's jump into a little what's been keeping you up at night. Mike, what's been keeping you up at night?
Yeah, so I mean, it's not horror. You know, it's actually just, I'm a little late on it, but The Rings of Power. Lord of the Rings, and watching that whole, it's a prequel to a prequel. So it's that, and then The Hobbit, and then all three movies of the Lord of the Rings. So essentially, you know what happens, but just the drama behind it, the excitement of how everything comes into play. It's like, why am I getting so on the edge of my seat? I already know what's happening, so I know how it's going to end. But like, you didn't want to stop, and I have a little one that comes in to sleep with my wife and I, and so I have to turn it off, and I'm like, I just want to keep watching. Finally finished it the other night, and I'm still thinking, is there going to be a season 3? Is there going to be more to this? And it's like, hey, there's 3 movies that won Oscars for it that you can just go watch. Right. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, what's been keeping us up at night normally? I mean, sometimes it's horror. It's just kind of whatever, honestly. Yeah. So, for example, at the time of this recording, because we are recording this in advance, the first 2 episodes of the newest season of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia came out.
Okay.
And it's unhinged as fuck. It is. They did not hold back. The first episode is a crossover with Abbott Elementary, which I've never seen, but apparently it's like not like the same sort of humor. Okay. So I have nothing to compare it to. I've never seen that show, but yeah. So I watched that, and then I'm late to the party on this one, but I watched Legend from 2015 with Tom Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
I had never seen it before, and
very, very
was like,
good.
Yeah, and I love a good British mobster movie more than the American ones, because you know what's happening with those ones.
Same.
But
yep.
I was like, oh, I want to laugh. I want to see some British violence, because they really don't hold back on that stuff. What I didn't expect was to cry. At the end of the movie, I was just like, yo, what? No. The end of the movie got me, and I was just like in tears, and I'm like, this is like, what? No, don't do this to me. But yeah, it was good, like really good. I'm shocked. 10 years later, I finally watched it.
And something about Tom Hardy playing two roles, like it's incredible. It's a masterclass of acting.
He did. It was the brother that's mentally ill. When whatever he did to get into that role, like his upper lip doesn't move the entire time he talks. It was eerie, except for there were a few moments where he was playing that brother that the Bane voice came out. And I was just like, was that Bane? I was born in the darkness. And I was just like, yo, what? Bane's here. But yeah, it was good. If I feel weird being like, I'm sure everyone's like, really? I'm like, yeah, well, I came late to the party. I'm okay with it. Yeah. So
it's really good. Hey, better late than never.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I love finding stuff like that later. I'm generally like on it within like the first months or years that a movie's come out. It's rare that I'm this far behind on something that good. We have an ongoing, it's not really even a joke, but we have an ongoing bit here. Neither Jason, Michael, nor myself have ever seen Titanic. Like, ever.
Okay.
I never had an interest in seeing it, and neither has he.
Fair enough.
He was just like, every once in a while, he looks up the propeller scene, and I was like, well, I don't know what that is. And then I looked it up, and he was like, it's hilarious. And I was like, it is hilarious. The guy goes, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that is what's been keeping us up this week. Let us know what's been keeping you up at night. Now that we're back for a little bit, hit us up on any of the socials and let me know what you think of Legend. Let us know what you think about the Rings of Power. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I've heard really good things about the show.
So, just Lord of the Rings in general, or are you more like I'm just gonna say it, Harry Potter fan, or are you none of it? And
the fantasy, it's weird. It's a type of fantasy. Now, Harry Potter currently is a touchy topic in general. Okay. J.K. Rowling's a shit human. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not ashamed to say it. She's come out and said some horrendous things. But okay. I read the books. I should say I was forced to read the books as a kid. My uncle was very like, you need to read these. And then I did. I didn't like them. They kind of bored me. I dated a girl many years ago who tried to make me read the Game of Thrones books, and I made it 100 pages into the first book, which is larger than the Bible. And I was like, I have no idea what happened. Like, it's thouest gone to the fourth, seventh sister removed. And I'm like, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Am I reading the New Testament or what am I doing? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of period pieces in general. And that sort of fantasy, there are exceptions. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, can't say no to that. Can't say no to The Princess Bride. It's a fantastic film.
Great film.
One of the greatest. Going to see it October 3rd at the Portsmouth Theater Music Hall.
Nice.
Yeah, Wesley's going to be there doing a Q&A. I'm so excited.
Really?
I'm going to try and raise my hand and see if I can squeeze a Saw question in and be like, how was it working on Saw?
Right. So band before the one that I'm in, my former band manager, that was their favorite movie. Like, they were obsessed, had figurines and named their cat after each character. Like, they were just so obsessed. So I wonder if they're going to that. That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, my fiance was the one who pointed it out to me, and I was like, cool. And then I sent the link to my mom, and then my mom said, happy birthday. Because that was
nice.
You know how kids are. We both have kids. And they latch onto that one movie, and then you're stuck watching it forever. Mine was The Princess Bride.
Over.
Yeah. Mine was The Princess Bride and Flight of the Navigator.
Okay, cool.
Great movies. They still hold up too, by the way. So, yeah, I mean, I've tried. That's not true. I've watched the Lord of the Rings movies. I did not watch the Hobbit movies. I didn't see a reason to turn such a short book into 3 movies that were all over 2 hours long. It just seemed weird to me. So, but, and I also didn't hear good things about those. Yeah, of course. But I have heard nothing but good things about the Rings of Power. And
yeah, it's a slow build. So if you're if you get vested or it's something of interest, like it's definitely a slow burn. But once they finally hit their stride, like it's just bang, 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 bang. So you've got to make it through season 1. Season 1 starts to pick up at the end of it, and then season 2 is just off to the races.
Okay, so it's just character building for the first season and like world building as 100%. Well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, we'll see. I am a glutton for every once in a while just being like, yeah, fuck it, I'll give this a shot and seeing how far I make it. It's a rule that I live by: 3 episodes. I give in any show 3 episodes. If you don't have me hooked by the 3rd episode, I'm out. Like I just can't do it. Especially if I find myself on my phone playing games the whole time. I'm like, this is the
technology, the ruiner of movies.
It's so bad. I love it when my phone's almost about to die and I have to charge it, because then I'm like, now I'm forced to focus.
Yep. And now you just put it away. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into the squiggly little things going in and out of your ear holes, our earworms. Mike, what have you been listening to recently?
So just with us prepping for small little plug for 1021 The Shark in the Park coming up on July 23rd. Don't know if this episode will be out before then, but yeah, we're just kind of throwing ourselves into our set list, trying to find new songs to maybe fit in there before actually going on stage. So it's been a lot of songs from like Guardians of the Galaxy. Hooked on a Feeling is one that we're learning right now, trying to get the crowd into it. Also, we've dabbled into some Alice in Chains recently, so I think that's going to be good. So just a lot of the older metal music recently, just with everything that went on with Black Sabbath, and seeing that whole show take place, and the tribute to Ozzy and Black Sabbath just was incredible. So definitely listening to a lot of them, and then just Mammoth WVH. Wolfgang Van Halen is set to release his 3rd album in October, so he's releasing a song here, a song there, and just it's incredible how he is trying to separate himself from his father to make his own sound while still also sounding like his father is creepy. Like it's like, wow, you sound like Eddie, but you don't sound like Eddie, and it's awesome. And it's all this and he plays all 5 instruments. Like
that's awesome.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's like the lead singer of Slipknot's son has his own band, and he sounds exactly the same.
and they're incredible. Like their stage show is incredible.
Oh yeah. Well, that's awesome. I will be at Shark at the Park, so that's awesome. This episode will be coming out afterwards, but you have already seen the post on Instagram because there was a post made to advertise on our page. It was also on Middleman's page. If you're not already following Middleman, please go over and follow Middleman. And there will be plugs every episode. They won't be little. They're not insignificant. They are huge. We support local, and we hope local supports us, which has happened quite a bit. So yeah, go follow Middleman. If you're in the area, if you're within like a 2-hour driving distance, come see a show. They put on an amazing show. That's not me stroking an ego. I've been to a show. I was
going to say, can you see my head just getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
Pop. Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, That's awesome. I'm excited to see you guys live again too. It's going to be really great. I'm amped, especially seeing as it's outside. It'll be fun to.
That's the thing. I just hope it's not 1,000 degrees or raining. Like we get just a nice day, good weather. Everybody can come out, bring their family. Like it's going to be good. So
yeah, it'll be great. So I have been kind of going down nostalgia road recently, and I re-listened to the two only albums that this band has ever released. But I've been listening to Black Eyes. They are a I don't really know how to describe them. They're like an artsy screamo noise band, I guess is the best way to put it. There's two vocalists that kind of scream yell in like weird registers. The second album is like, I love the first album. I was listening to that when it first came out in 2003, 2002, somewhere around there.
I was going to ask you, why is it nostalgic for you? Just because you were right there when you first hit the scene? And
yeah, it was that. It was also the fact that I was in a band at the time, and bands like Black Eyes were like an inspiration to me, because all I had really known was what I grew up listening to and then was finding throughout the years. So like I grew up on folk music. I grew up on proper OG country. None of that country pop, whatever the hell's out now. I grew up listening to that sort of stuff. And my grandmother she pushed me to just find more, listen to everything, embrace what is out there. So I discovered rap because of my grandmother. She took me out and she bought me an NWA, their first album on cassette. My grandmother. Ask you
what it was. Yeah.
It was NWA was the first one ever. And then I found A Tribe Called Quest, and I've never looked back. I still love A Tribe Called. I'm getting a Tribe Called Quest tattoo. Like they are legends. Yeah. Q-Tip is a legend. He's just one of the best DJs that's ever been out there. His mixing styles, his sampling is untouched in my opinion. I don't think anyone will ever be able to hold a candle to what Q-Tip has done and is still doing to this day. But when it came down to me being in high school, when I accidentally formed a duo band, it was just me and my old buddy Matt playing guitar, and I was writing lyrics, and we were working together to make this music. As we progressed, the music progressed because we were pulling inspiration from everything we were listening to, and we were on very wildly different sides of music. Like he was more into like the West Coast hardcore emo stuff. I was really into like the New York stuff, but the West Coast, like proper emo, like Elliott Smith and stuff like that.
Okay.
So there was a lot of inspiration being pulled in, and Black Eyes did a lot for me. That second album is unbelievable because they picked up a new member who just plays saxophone the entire time, and it just
interesting.
It makes no sense but works so well. So yeah, I fucking love Black Eyes. So good. And you have to emphasize that it is eyes, black eyes. So
yeah,
because some people are like, did you say black eyes? I'm like, no, that's not what I said. But yeah, that's what I've been listening to. And Lightning Bolt. Been listening to Lightning Bolt, but that's old news to listeners. I love Lightning Bolt. I'm going to see them soon, so I'm very excited.
Nice.
But yeah, and normally this is where we jump into Creeping It Real, but we're not going to do that this week. Instead, we are going to jump right into this. We are going to be talking about the music from a movie you all have heard us talk about ad nauseum at this point. We're going to be talking about 2018's Halloween. Now, we're going to be talking about the music. I know for a fact that I have brought up in our past discussions on this topic the one theme, the big theme where the shape hunts, that theme with the electric guitar that drops in with the bow on it. Oh, it's so good. So coming from, I mean, I'm a no longer practicing instrument musician and only a noise artist now, but coming from a current practicing, fully functioning musician, the music in 2018's Halloween, what was like the thing about that like was like, this is different than what John Carpenter's done before?
Well, so I think there's just in general, there's a lot of similarities. He always keeps like his base of his music the same, but he's going to try and throw little bits here to modernize it. Right. So, and I think in 2018, it hits that right on the button, you know, because you still have the very same kind of feel for it from 1978 all the way up until now. Each Halloween that's come out, it's kind of hit on that. Maybe a little bit more synth texture, you know, with layers being added for urgency and stuff like that. But I think overall it's pretty incredible just with what he did to make it even more haunting than the original. Yeah.
It's crazy that. So I have notes per usual, obviously. So my notes here, I mean, I feel like this is general public knowledge, but John Carpenter is the synth god when it comes down to music and movies. His first movie that he made a score for was his first movie that he made, which was Dark Star in 1978 or 9. It's one of the two. It's 78 or 79. He had been dabbling with synthesizers. Now his dad was a music teacher. So like he grew up like being forced to play piano and string instruments, everything. And when he found the synthesizer, he fell in love. And he was like, there's a sound I'm looking for this movie that I'm making, and I need to find it. And he goes, hold up, I could do that. And he did.
There you go.
So he dove into it, and the synth followed him. Like it's followed him down to the Halloween theme is the most iconic. You play that, whether someone's seen the movie or not, they know. They're like,
everybody knows.
That's the Halloween theme. I will argue anyone till I'm blue in the face that I think the best theme he's ever done is the theme for The Thing, which is also my favorite movie of his, but it has nothing to do with that.
Biased. It has everything to do with it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But what he does with the Thing theme song is that there isn't necessarily a build. Everything kind of stays on one level plane, but he does, as you stated, was he layered, which he had not done up until that point. And it comes through and you're like, oh, so like everything's super monotone, but there's like, we're going to add this level of synth. We're going to add this level of bass. We're going to add just a little bit more bass. And it makes a world of difference. And seeing that returned in 2018 is just unbelievable, especially with a movie he didn't write or direct. He's the composer. He just did the music, but he didn't do it alone. He did it with his son, Cody, who is also a musician and also a composer. He's worked on a number of films. His solo music is wild. He does avant-garde jazz, psychedelic rock. It's like, and it's prog rock too. It's got that feel. It's very Genesis meets Styx is what I really get out of it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Really good stuff though. A lot of fun to listen to, especially if you're like, I just need something to pick me up with no lyrics and like no vocals or at all.
Right.
It's the go-to. And especially if you're looking for nostalgic feels, because like he's still releasing albums that sound like they were made in 1975. You're just like, this is wild, dude. Like, what are you doing? And I think he's younger than I am, or no, he's 2 years older than me. I believe he's 42, but yeah. And then we get another composer, another solo artist who has done a bunch and has a deep connection to both of the Carpenters. We get Daniel Davies or Daniel A. Davies, and it depends on where you find his name, but he is the godfather of Cody. So yeah. And Daniel's music, honestly, Daniel's music is like my go-to. This is like, I need to focus. Again, I don't need any vocals or anything like that. It's cinematic. It's really dark, slow, like beautifully haunting music. It's close to what John Carpenter does do, but with more instruments. So he plays everything. So he'll lay down the synth and then just come in with like 6 different guitars tuned at like 6 different keys. And you're like, yo, what are you doing? It's so good. But yeah, the 3 of them working on this score built to just, perfection.
Yeah. It's really good. And like you had mentioned, there are throughout history of movies, and there's scores that the minute you hear it, it can either transport you back to when you first saw the movie. It can make you see the characters in your head, and it's like, damn, like that was really, really good. And then, sometimes the composers or the people that put the music together kind of get lost in just like the title of it. Like, oh, I remember the title. I remember how it made me feel, but nobody knows the actual guys that did it. And to know just how musically inclined they all are, like it's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's something that this trio started when John Carpenter wanted to re-record what he calls his lost themes. So there's 2 of those albums currently out. I know the 3rd one's slated to come out, I believe, this October. Don't hold me to that. But he had written a bunch of themes for past films, his and not his, because John Carpenter composes for other movies that aren't his. And he had written a bunch of themes that literally landed nowhere. They weren't on any soundtracks or anything. Excuse me. And he wanted those out there because he owned the rights. They were shot back to him. And so he's like, let's make this happen. So he brought his son in, and his son was like, let's get old God over here and let's make this happen. And they've worked on 4 albums together now, which is wild. And all of them individually have jumped on everybody else's albums as well. So like, Daniel's on Cody's albums, Cody's on Daniel's albums, and Daniel even did a big step out, and he took over as the front man for CKY for a few years, which is, So they had a falling out with the lead singer, and they needed to fill in. They were like, Daniel was like, I can do that. And then he did. Pick me.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, to me, the standout is The Shape Hunts Allison. That is the one song in that soundtrack in that movie that when I saw it opening night, I think it was like 11:30 at night in a theater, and Daniel hits that electric guitar with a bow and gets that huge sound. Yeah. My stomach dropped out of my asshole. It is so intense. It is so insane. And to this day, anytime I rewatch it, I get full body goosebumps. It's arguably one of the most amazing sounds to add to a theme we already know. But again, back to what you said, that is just amped up. Between John and Cody, they stacked on that shit. They were just like, not enough synth. Let's synth this up just a bit more.
Well, and I mean, just what's the other one? Is it Shape Returns?
Yeah. Ooh, it's such a beautiful, it's soft. You're just like that I'm uncomfortable. That's
what it's supposed to make you feel. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, the opening alone too is of the movie with the subtlety of just strings that are actually synths being played under Mike in a concrete field, basically chained in place, and all we see is his back. And then the stupid fucking podcasters, those guys are assholes. just pull his mask out. Like, you're like, dude, no. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But that's when we get that big bang hit, and then we get the theme we all know and love just turned up to fucking 11. It's an amazing album. I do listen to it regularly. I listen to a lot of John Carpenter's stuff. Yeah, I mean, John Carpenter, there's something about how he plays a synth, because we've all heard synthesizers as fillers in songs. I mean, going back to what you said earlier, Alice in Chains used synthesizers in 2 of their albums on a total of 4 songs. And unless someone stopped and went, that's a synth, you'd have no idea, because that's what it was meant to be used for, was there's a hollow spot here. What do we put here? Like, there's something missing. Someone's like, let me synth that for you real quick.
Well, like all the, I call them great bands, right? The ones that kind of live in that lore, right? So Van Halen, for instance, they used a lot of synth, once kind of towards the end of David Lee Roth and going into the Sammy Hagar era, like it was a lot of synth, a lot of, double dubbed guitars and drums and all of that. And then, like you said, Alice in Chains, they used it sparingly, but the songs that they used it on just made it that more there was a more fat sound to it, not FAT but PHAT, and it was just, it's one of those things where it can be used and sound incredible. Then there's overusing the synth,
right?
And I think that's where people get caught up, but obviously not in this case when we're talking Halloween and just how they use it. So,
and that's what John Carpenter really managed to find, something that is used to fill in and make a sound larger, make a song sound bigger and more grand. He found a way to make it the music. And I mean, I might get some hate for this. Aside from the fact that that's all the Halloween theme is 4 notes played on a synth with nothing really touched, it still is effective, especially the time that song first came out in the 70s. It was, people were like, yo, what is this?
Right.
Because it wasn't really being used all that much. And for what it was being used for, weirdly enough, like, we watch movies and TV shows now and people talk about like Styx, for example, one of my all-time favorite bands. They weren't loved. People were like, what the hell are you guys doing? What is this noise that you're making? And they were leading with synthesizers. John Carpenter brought that to your theater and was just like, here, hold my beer real quick. I want to fucking scare the shit out of you with this weird instrument as the background to it. And it works.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I've sampled synth in some of my current noise project stuff that I've been doing, and I can't perfect a synth. I'll sample it, but I can't. I don't have the skill set for that.
Perfect, brother.
Yeah.
Just got to keep going at it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just everything about this. I'm looking forward to what else the trio do, because they have said they're going to do more. They've toured John Carpenter's albums. So the Lost Themes albums, each time one of those albums have come out, the 3 of them go on tour together. I wanted to go for Lost Themes 2, but the tickets were like $150. And I was like, yeah, about
pricey. A little pricey.
Yeah, but it's a seated show, so I was like, well, $150 to be comfortable. That's not. But yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we Jason, Michael, and I have talked about this plenty, but we've not talked about the music. Make it or break it, I think, really is what it comes down to. At my point here is, I think that the music that was made specifically for this really made this movie, because at its core, they could have hired anybody to make a score for this, to redo the theme song, And
Sure
I don't feel like it would have been an as effective film. Would it still be watchable? Yes. But would that constant sinking feeling that you have from the moment the mask gets pulled out of the bag at the opening of the movie to the last shot,
right?
Does that feeling carry if it's not this trio doing it?
I don't think so.
I think
no. I mean, it's arguably one of the best overall scores in the 2010s. You know, you compare it to anything else that came out during that era. And I think this stands the test of time, like it did from 1978 in its original form all the way up till now. Like it stands the test of time. You know, same thing with Jaws, same thing with, you know, you pick, Dances with Wolves, John Barry, you know, when he's creating the score for that, you know, and you have, I don't think it's John Barry, but the guy who created the score for Last of the Mohicans. Like, those are songs that just, scores rather, that just captivate you. And look at the overall work of each composer, each, musical talent. It's going to make or break the movie, because the movie could be good in itself, but the music that goes with it could make it absolute shit. So if you take the 2018 and the turned up to 11 type of score that they did, it's just, it makes the movie. I think you're right. If it's anybody else that does it, I think the movie maybe is still watchable, but I think it's more done out of it's Halloween, I should probably watch it type of movie versus, I should probably really watch this movie because this has got a lot of good bones to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really that is the point of this month of episodes, is to really point out, I feel, to the general public, not general public, that's the wrong term I'm looking for the casual viewer. Anyone who's like, I like scary movies, I'm going to go see this scary movie. They're not going to walk out going, holy fuck, did you hear that moment of music? They're just going to walk out and be like, yo, Laurie set Michael on fire. Did you see that shit? Like, and that's all they're going to walk away with. Right. People like you and I, we walk out of that theater and we're just like, I need that music right now. Like, I need to hear it again. Like, immediately. The Zimmerman, that's the other composer that hits hard for me. He doing the theme for the Justice League movie and doing the Wonder Woman theme. The Wonder Woman theme, dude, I don't give a rat's ass. That movie sucks. It is not good, but her theme is unbelievable. You're just like, yo, what? Yo, it's Wonder Woman. Calm down.
But it's so like that.
It's so good.
Yeah, and I think the movie doesn't do the music justice. Right.
God, no. This is one of those moments. You went in way too hard on a B movie. Like, calm down.
Maybe trying to say that they know it wasn't anything, but
yeah. Wow, this has been awesome. I'm beyond excited for this, to the rest of this month. Honestly, we've got some amazing movies picked out. I think, you know what? Let's do this. So I gave Mike movies. I gave him a total of five movies, because 2 of those we're doing together because it's the same band that did the score for both movies. And for those hardcore horror fans out there, you already probably know. You're like, oh fuck, we're doing this. And I'm like, yes, we are doing this. What do you want to talk about next out of the remaining 3 episodes, 4 bands remaining, or whatever? I don't. I'm like trying to remember the list here.
Well, so I mean, I messaged you the other day. I think it's whatever the fans are going to be most interested in hearing us talk about. I think Halloween 2018 was a good kickoff. Maybe we go like out of the 5, there should always be a climax, so to speak. So we go through the first one, it starts it off, and then it kind of peaks up, and then it comes right back up to the end. That's how I think
you and I think very similarly. I really appreciate that. Here, I'll throw this out there then. So next week, we are going to stay in the 2010s. We are going to be talking about 2015's Green Room. Not necessarily a horror movie per se, but definitely horrific in nature and maybe a little bit too close to home in what we're living in currently in this country, but it will still be a badass episode. Yeah. I'm so amped to hear what you thought in general about this movie, because this is one of my top of the list movies. This is, I feel like it's underrated. Those who know it and love it, but not a lot of people talk about it. So I'm really excited to hear what you think about the movie, but also the just balls out punk going hardcore music. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it'll be, honestly, I'll throw it out there. It'll be my first time watching it, getting prepared for the next episode. So I will definitely give you my honest opinion.
Good. That's all we ever do here is honest opinions, especially this season so far. It's been the season of suffering, and we've been watching nothing but shit movies. And oh man, it's been a fucking trip. So oh man. Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining us on it's your goddamn month. This is Movie Music Month with Middleman Mike. And stay tuned till next week when we talk about 2015's Green Room.
Sleep tight, suckers! Spoiler Sleepover is sponsored by Gore Clown Shop.
Do you love all things horror? Books? Movies? Podcasts? Of course you do. Well, come on down to goreclown.com.
Original artwork by an indie horror fan for indie horror fans.
Use code SLEEPOVER at checkout to save 15% on your whole purchase.
Oh, and did we mention? Gore Clown is the only place to get official Spoiler Sleepover merch.
So don't forget to use Sleepover to save 15%.
Stay indie, suckers!